This is what it is, okay? You know what it is. You have to do the right thing. You have to go home to the family, you understand?
I'm not saying you gotta go back there this minute, but you gotta go back.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Fresh off the Plizzane. You know my dang name.
You cheating some of them.
Look, man, I'm all excited over here, and you look like you scared.
Boy, stop. He ain't never scared. If you not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? Did you say good morning to Waterhead?
Good morning, Keghead.
It's not Keghead, man.
What do you mean?
It's Waterhead. And really, he doesn't have a Waterhead. He doesn't have a Keghead or anything like that. The only reason I started calling him that, a little alliteration, that's all. You get it? Waterhead, Walter, alliteration.
Well, real quick.
You missed that in middle school
It's
English.
hard working with people that you generally don't like.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I try to be a grown-up because I'm 42 years old, 3 kids, a dog, a mortgage, and a wife.
I have grown so much as a person.
Right. I'm trying to play the role of the 42-year-old grown-up father.
Right.
But I don't like alphas. I don't get down with alphas. So I try to be cordial, but when he does things like he's been doing sometimes, it just really gets under my skin because he's an alpha and he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. That's making me, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you acting like you still on campus, man.
I know.
You got 3 head of churns.
That's a problem.
Yeah! Stupendous Saturday to you, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, 2 Live, Stu, 640 WGST.
Ooh-wee!
As well as iHeartRadio.
Yes, sir.
And happy holidays to everybody out there, man.
Merry belated Christmas.
Hell yeah.
To all those that I didn't speak to.
Technically, that's right.
Yeah, because, Christmas was yesterday.
Today is December 26, 2015.
If I didn't speak to you on Christmas Day, then you're supposed to say Merry belated Christmas. So that's why I'm telling the listeners of the good folks that's paying attention to 640 WGST, Merry belated Christmas.
Right. Very
doing,
technical,
man?
very technical right there. But
well, I'm a factual kind of person. I don't want to leave. My coach calls it paying attention to detail.
Right.
I don't want to leave anything to chance.
Yeah, stupendous Saturday to everybody out there listening to your boys, the 2 Live Stews. The return of the 2 Live Stews continues. How was your Christmas?
Before that, man, shouts out to Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. 11-time super lawyer in Georgia.
Right.
Got to give Bruce a shout out. He's the one that makes it happen. Christmas was great.
Hagan-law.com. He spells Hagan, Hagan.
Christmas was great.
All right, so did you get everything that you wanted from the great Santa Claus?
Nothing.
You know what, man?
Nothing.
The older you get, the less that you get, the less that it feels like Christmas.
That's a lie.
But it is what it is.
I got a parrot drone, one of the small drones.
Did you get it registered?
I don't think I have to register it.
No, you do.
If it flies, I got to register it.
I believe so.
Okay.
Now maybe there's some type of rule where, super small,
mine
you don't.
Mine doesn't take video. Come on, Alfred. What you got, dog?
No, you have to register with the FAA.
But it doesn't take video.
That just came out last week.
If it goes in the air, you have to register it now.
But it just takes still shots.
It doesn't matter. If it leaves the ground, you still have to register it.
Well, thank you, sir.
And the voice you're hearing right now is Alfred the Butler, the engineer to the show.
Do you know what Alfred just did?
What?
He just let the world know that I will be flying dirty. I'm going to be flying dirty.
You don't want to do that,
What are you going to
man.
be doing with it anyway? With a camera on it? You're just going to...
Just take some still shots, lift it up in the air, take family photos.
Of the ground?
Yeah, well, no, of me.
The sole purpose of those things, man.
Of my neighbor's bedroom when things get out of whack sometimes.
Well, there you go. Be honest.
Right. The sole purpose of those things, man, is like, Big Brother type stuff.
Yes.
So you got to get it registered. I just saw that. I read a big story about that last week.
That's all I got for Christmas, man. But I don't ask for anything. My wife asks me every year, what can I get for you? I'm like, I don't want anything, no surprises.
Right.
I just want you to allow me to play golf when I ask.
You're listening to the 2 Live Stews.
That's all I want to do.
Now, we didn't see you yesterday. You got very small boys. My nephews are very small. I saw they got some bikes.
Right.
How was that?
That was great, man.
Because the morning that you get a bike for Christmas,
it's great, man.
It's like big.
Hey, man.
And we'll talk about our favorite Christmas gifts a little bit later in 10 to Stew.
First and foremost, Miles woke up 3 times before 10 o'clock saying, I'm just going to check to see if there's anything in the tree yet.
They didn't wake up till 9, 10 o'clock?
No, 10 p.m., Christmas Eve.
Oh! Right.
He woke up 4 times, came upstairs like, I just wanted to see if anything was in the tree yet. I said, boy, Santa Claus going to squirt orange juice in your eyes. Get in that bed.
Where'd you get that from?
That's what I was told growing up.
I never heard that before in my life.
Yeah, see,
what kind of TV shows were you watching? Squirt orange juice in your eyes.
They got to tell you something to make you stay in the bed, man.
You terrorized the kid before Christmas?
So the third time
scared him about some orange juice in his eyes?
The third time I told him that, he was like, orange juice in my eyes, Daddy?
That would hurt.
I'll stay in the bed.
Huh?
I'll stay in the bed.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the bed, Daddy.
So I saw the video, and we're going to get to, everything we got going on the show today here in a second. But, I mean, it's Christmas.
It is Christmas, man.
So I saw the little video, man, and Miles, flipped over like Evel Knievel the first time on the bike. I mean, how was that? I mean, there's vivid memories for me. When you get your first bike, that's a big thing once again, and falling is a big thing as well. I got scars to this day because of my first bike.
Well, and that's the thing. He had on jeans, knee pad, elbow pads, and a helmet. The kids today is soft, son. So if I would have felt like Miles fell yesterday.
Wait, I couldn't see the video was kind of grainy.
You
let your kids put on a helmet?
It's like I'll get
gloves?
I'll get locked up if I don't. It's like child endangerment if your kid doesn't have a helmet on, man.
What?
Yes, man. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So when he fell, I didn't think twice to worry if he was hurt or not.
Yeah, because he had on football gear.
He got on full gear.
Right.
He's got on biker boy gear.
Right.
So fine. As a matter of fact, I kind of wanted him to fall and bust his head.
Right.
He got the helmet on.
Right.
The helmet's on for a reason.
Why? We paid money for that helmet. You need to use that
Put it
helmet.
to use.
Right.
Yeah, so he's fine, man. He's fine, man. But the kids had a great day, man. And a lot of people these days don't believe in Christmas no more. That's fine, man.
So I got my daughters in studio with me. We hitting the road, headed to South Carolina after the show today.
Right.
And they didn't wake up, man, till like 10 o'clock.
That's crazy, man.
When you get older, you care less.
That's crazy.
And you're less excited.
That's crazy.
So I got to sleep in. Like this year was the first year that I can remember where Kara, the baby girl, the LOP, didn't pop up like at 7:30 in the morning.
You should have took every toy back at 8 o'clock. Take every toy back. If they're not up by 8, you can't have nothing.
And they already at that, they don't believe in the great, Kris Kringle anymore.
What?
Yeah. So it's kind of different, man.
What?
Yeah. I hope kids not listening to this show.
So hold on. Are you telling me that your kids don't believe in Santa Claus?
Nah, Santa Claus just some white dude that comes out and chimney on TV. They don't believe in that no more.
I'm going to post a picture on @OneLifeStew on Twitter of this digitally imaged Santa
I saw that
I placed in the front of my tree at the house.
I saw that.
I showed my kids that digital image of Santa in our house, and they, can I say themselves?
I guess you just did. And you're listening to the Two Live Stews. You just did.
I shouldn't have said that?
I mean, it's okay. Just move on. Don't say it again.
Well, I didn't say with an I.
Right.
It's the I that's the bad word.
But it's past tense, so it's the same thing.
Past tense. Oh,
the word you said is the past tense of the word with the I.
How'd I miss that?
You're listening to the Two Live Stews, 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio.
Somehow to me, because I was taking the I out and replaced it with an A.
Same word,
it's just past tense. What it actually means.
It's just past tense. It's just past tense.
What have I done?
Hey, man, stupendous Saturday to you, man. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the Two Live Stews.
Oh, God.
640 WGST. You know what it is. On Saturday mornings, man, the livest, the realest, the trillest, most fun. What?
How did I miss that?
Oh, the most fun, the most unfiltered sports and guy talk show in America. We got a lot of good stuff going on today, man. In 1 hour, the fastest 1 hour in sports. We got 10 the Steway coming up today, where we talk about the 10 biggest stories from this past week in the world of sports.
And it's going to be delivered by the great Naughty Dread.
Yeah, the great Naughty Dread's in here today.
Yeah.
We also got the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games in football this weekend. We'll hit that, obviously, NFL games. And a little special surprise, man. Our boy, frat brother, the great Howie Bell will be in studio today.
You know him.
He's in Atlanta, comedian extraordinaire, man, performing in ATL all this weekend long. So Howie's going to come in and talk a little bit of Detroit. He's from the D.
And I was just about to say that,
He's from the D.
It's crazy when you hang out with a frat brother, a lot of your college days that is from Detroit.
Right.
And then you get drafted by the Detroit Lions.
Right.
And he's one of the first people that call you.
Right.
First thing he said, hey, bro, I need $100,000.
Yeah.
Just say congratulations or nothing. Give me the money, bro.
So do a search if you don't know him. Howie Bell, comedian.
Real funny dude.
Extraordinaire, going to come in, man, and talk a little bit about Detroit sports and what he's got going on this weekend in the ATL.
All right, man. Shouts out to the good folks known as Bruce Hagen. He's the people's lawyer, Doug.
All right, when we get back, man, the first half of 10 the Steway with your boys, the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Welcome back to the Two Live Shoes. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 640 WGST. Yeah. Shouts out to Hagen-Law.com. My man Bruce Hagen brings you the Two Live Stews.
And 20 grand vodka. Check them out on the web at 20grandvodka.com. They sponsor the Two Live Stews tailgates that go down every single Falcons home game. So we got one this weekend, man, and one at the end of the year for the Saints. They'll both be a good time for sure, man. The Panthers and the Saints bring a lot of people down to the Dome.
Yeah, you better believe that, man. All right, so 10 the Steway, the first 5 of 10 the Steway, the 10 biggest stories in the world of sports and entertainment from this past week. Doing it today, being the guy that's narrating this thing is the great Naughty Dread.
The Cadre.
What up, Naughty?
It's Cadre.
Classic line.
I always blow that one, man.
Hey, good morning to you, man. Our cousin Gus. Where's Gus at? He already went out of town?
He hit the crib, man.
Yeah, so the great Naughty Dread filling in for him today, man.
Now, let's go and get this thing started, man.
All right, let's go and get into it, man. The Falcons beat the Jags. Congratulations to the Falcons. No clap, I guess, you know.
Right.
I guess you win 1-7.
Right.
But the saying is, any given Sunday, anything can happen, and the Birds got the undefeated Panthers this weekend. What are the chances that the Falcons knock off Cam Newton?
No, sir.
What? Just give me a number first before you start elaborating.
0%.
What?
0%. But at the end of the day, it really all depends on what the Panthers are trying to accomplish.
Right.
Okay? I don't know what Ron Rivera
right.
is going to come into the Dome and do.
Right.
If he's thinking of, we're not going for perfection, I'm going to rest my starters, we got everything locked up, the Falcons aren't worthy of seeing our best players on their field,
right.
then the Falcons can easily win the ball game.
Right.
But if he says we want to win, there's no chance they can do it. I'm sorry.
Stewart is out. Running back for the Carolina Panthers is out with an injury, so they're resting him. I think that they kind of want to go undefeated. And I think that that they want to achieve greatness. We talked about this last week, and I think Ron Rivera being on the 85 Bears
right.
talks and thinks greatness. I think they go at the Falcons real hard, man. The spread in this game is Falcons -7, or is Carolina -7.
Right.
I think they try to put a big number on them, man. I think the Carolina Panthers win this game convincingly.
The Panthers get up on folks early, man. I was looking back at their schedule from earlier this season. 27-7 against Green Bay going into the second half. 23-3 against Dallas going into the second half. And the Falcons were down by 21 points going into the second quarter.
Right.
So this is a team that jumps up on you early. I think that's what they're going to do, and then start resting people as they go into the second half.
The fact that the spread is only 7, the Falcons are home. It's a divisional rival. Anything can happen, but Bottom line is the Falcons don't have the players.
The last 2 games, they've been outscored like 80-3. Anything can't happen if they want to win.
You've seen some of the best teams in the NFL lose to some of the worst teams all the time. It's possible, but very highly unlikely.
Not if they want to play, they're going to win.
Well, despite what y'all say, the numbers say that the Falcons have a 1.4 chance of making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, they need the Seahawks and the Vikings both to lose out. Is there any possibility of all that happening?
I mean, but 1.4% chance means basically there's no chance it's going to happen.
And your daughter's in the studio because I would say something else.
And you're listening
but I'm
to
not
the Two
gonna
Live
go
Stews, right?
I've already got 1 beep on today's show.
Yeah, that's enough. you only get 1 a show.
1 a show.
1 a show.
That's too much.
You're listening to the Two Live Stews. So, yeah, it's pretty much not a chance. Arizona has already clinched. The Packers clinched the playoff berth. The Seahawks have clinched. And the Minnesota Vikings basically control their own destiny, man. I don't see any way possible. And everybody always says, well, we got a small chance. You got a very super small chance.
It's below small.
And it's just been bad this year, and I'm ready for this season to be over, actually.
The Seahawks have St. Louis at home, Arizona in Arizona. The Vikes have the Giants at home and at Green Bay. So the Giants are still playing for something. St. Louis is still playing for something. Seahawks still playing for something. I'm sorry, man. No. Between these 2 teams, one of them are going to win 1 game.
Right.
And the Falcons aren't guaranteed to win their last 2.
How did it go so bad so fast,
It's
man?
crazy.
It was almost like somebody flipped a switch.
It wasn't supposed to be anything better than this, though.
What you got, Nottie?
Man, Odell Beckham and Josh Norman went street fight on each other last week. Now Beckham suspended for a game. Is it too much punishment or too little, or is it just right that he's suspended for 1 game?
How'd he finish the game? Doug?
Well,
how come one of the referees didn't say, clearly there's more going on than I know about right now. I got to remove this young man from the game.
Because subconsciously they felt like that they needed that guy to help or to possibly win that game. The officials thought that. They may not say it, but that's the reason why. The Giants were trying to beat the Carolina Panthers. Odell Beckham Jr. is their best player. Subconsciously, that's the only reason they didn't kick him out. He was wild. And you know what that reminded me of,
What did it
man?
remind you of, sir?
It reminded me back in the day. You remember Deion came back to the Georgia Dome for the first time?
And him and Rison went ham.
The Georgia Dome at that time.
Right.
And him and Andre Rison went at it.
Yes.
They was talking all week long, and it was all built up tension. That's what went down, man. But Beckham, he went too far.
He went way too far.
I love the competitiveness, but he just went too far.
This wasn't competitiveness. This turned into something else that was beyond football on the gridiron. What I saw was rage. And what's bad is the guy prior to that weekend was being debated and talked about as the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
Right.
And now he comes out and goes all tomfoolery and all buffoonery, and I'm not even thinking about the player no more. I'm like, what? Who is this? What is this?
And he gives these cats too much ammunition when he doing that little Quan dance. Okay. No grown man should do that Quan dance. If you listening to me right now, do not let your son do the Quan dance, because they're going to get clowned.
See,
I'm telling you.
And he's always Quan dancing with no women.
He's always Quan dancing.
He's always Quan dancing with no women in front of him.
Stop the Quan dancing.
To receive his Quan.
What up, Nottie?
Oh, my gosh.
Y'all should have seen Dabo Sweeney's Quan dance. And speaking of Dabo Sweeney, in his 7th year at Clemson, he wins AP Coach of the Year. So there's no clap or nothing. Agree or disagree with him winning the award?
He deserves the award. He deserves the award.
I mean, he definitely deserves the award. This is his 7th year at Clemson. This past year, a lot of people don't realize that they had all starters on the offensive and defensive lines. Coming in behind him was Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, who did a great job this year as well. Then you have Mark D'Antonio for Michigan State. So, yeah, I think Dabo, man, he's building a bully around there. They did fantastic this year, and he deserves the award.
74% winning percentage as the head coach at Clemson. He's coached 100 ball games, sir, and he wins 3 out of 4. He wins 3 out of 4. He's bringing in the top 5, top 6 class every single year, like the last 5 or 6 years. He is the guy that's bringing them back to the 81 years when Danny Ford was there winning championships.
How they got Martavius Bryant
it makes
and
no
DeAndre
sense.
Hopkins on
Right.
the same
On
field,
the same team.
and Andre Ellington. So he's getting the talent based on what you said.
And how does he come into a state like Georgia and get Watson? How's that happen?
Right.
That's not supposed to happen.
Exactly.
Keep it moving now.
13 bowl games have already been played in college football this season, and a ton more to be played. Everybody's getting a bowl game. Thumbs up or thumbs down on so many bowl games?
You know what I'm going to say, so you might as well go ahead.
Thumbs down, man. And I know it's for the kids and it doesn't really hurt anybody, but if I'm an advertiser out there, are people really even watching these games? Have you watched? You're a college football guy. You play college football. How many of these games have you watched already? You're only going to sit and watch the final 4 games, right?
With me being
some of the bigger bowls at the end.
With me being a dad of 3, it is appointment viewership for me to watch the playoffs. Right, I will watch every minute of that. Right. If I have something to do where I can't sit down and watch during the holidays, I won't. It's no big deal.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's watching. I would love to see the numbers on these games.
I've seen a lot of football. Because if I'm home and I'm sitting down and not doing anything with the kids, I'm watching football. And it's about to be gone. I want to watch all of it.
And it's almost like you're awarding mediocrity. If you win 6 games and half of those games against little sisters of the poor, what does that really say? What kind of message are you sending the kids?
2 things. You stole some thunder. But yes. College kids work their tails off, and if you win the majority of your football games, you should get to experience a trip and some luxuries for being a college athlete.
Wow.
A. And B, football fans love football. And you can't tell me that having football on TV is a bad thing.
And you're listening to the Two Live Studios. I get it from the kids' perspective. I guess what I'm looking at as a fan and how it was when I was growing up. The bowls meant something. It was big.
You're looking at it from the advertiser's standpoint of viewership and are people paying attention. I'm looking at it from it's football being played, and I want to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I love football, too. It's the sport of kings.
I love it.
Better than anything. All right, when we get back from the break, man, the second half of 10 the Steway. Yeah. And a little bit later, stay tuned, man. A little different this week, man. We got our folk Howie Bell on to talk about what he got going on this weekend in the ATL. All right, so if you're on 640 WGST or iHeart Worldwide, keep it locked. This is the Two Live Stews.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
If you're not stewing, what in the heck are you doing? Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the Two Live Stews.
This song makes me want to punch somebody.
Right.
I don't know why.
It doesn't put me in a good atmosphere, man.
It brings rage as the butler turns it off. I'm not going to hit you, Alfred. I'm just saying, though.
Welcome back to the Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio. Shouts out to my man, Bruce Hagen. Hagen-law.com.
And it's the holiday season, man, and a lot of people eat a lot of sweets, and there's a lot of baking going on. If you're not a good person when it comes to baking in the kitchen,
if you're not a good baker,
check out my folks at Piece of. That's the same thing I just said. That's exactly what I said. All you did was reword it and said it quicker, which makes you seem like you're smarter than me.
Go ahead, man.
Check out my folks at Piece of Cake, pieceofcake.inc. They've got the best cakes and pies in the city, and you can even get a slice and a half for free on Tuesdays. Holla at them, brother.
Yes, sir. All right. Second half of 10 to Stew.
I'm not going to fight Alfred. I promise I'm not going to fight.
Second half of 10 to Stew. The great Naughty Dread.
All right, question number 6. Dirk Nowitzki passes Shaq to be the number 6 scorer all time in the NBA. Is he the best foreign player to play in the league ever? Better question. Is he the foreign player you would take if you had your choice?
Go ahead. You want to go?
Current foreign players? Current? Is it just current?
All time.
I want Olajuwon.
Oh, I was about to say.
I want Olajuwon.
I thought we twisted you up on the question.
No, I
thought you were going to
Olajuwon.
say a European player. People forget the great Nigerian nightmare,
And don't
Akeem
forget, man,
Olajuwon.
I am an international traveler. I love traveling internationally. So you're not going to trip me up with
Right.
that question.
Right,
I looked at some names other than Olajuwon because the first thing that came to my mind was Olajuwon.
right.
All right. And there's still 1 or 2 names that I think I will put ahead of Dirk, even though Dirk has scored more than everybody. But I'm curious to your thoughts before I give you those 2 names.
Well, I mean, I agree. The Nigerian nightmare, Akeem Olajuwon, man, number 1 foreign-born player all time. That's not even close. Now,
Okay.
if you want to throw out just a European player, Drazen Petrovic, man, that played for the Nets back in the day that got killed tragically in a car accident.
Yep.
He was a beast.
He's a beast.
If you're talking about European players,
Okay.
Drazen Petrovic had that type of game back in the day, man. There's been a lot of great ones. There's been a lot that sucked too, but that would probably be the 2 guys that I think of.
Okay. You got to put Tony Parker someplace on the list.
Yeah,
You got to put Tony Parker
You got to put
someplace on
Tony
the list.
Parker, Manu Ginobili. There's been a lot. There's been a lot now.
Mano,
Yeah.
you got to put Gasol someplace on the list. And the name that I really, really wanted to bring up, man, you got to put Yao Ming on that list. You got to put Yao Ming
You know what?
at the top of that list.
Yao Ming meant so much to the game, not just about what he did on the floor. He had a lot of injury issues. Whenever you're that tall, you always got foot issues, seemingly.
He brought another demographic to the game like Tiger did for golf, sir.
Yeah.
He brought another demographic to the game like Tiger did for golf.
Yeah, he did.
And he was a real, other than the injuries, well, how can you stop somebody that's like 7'6" and can move?
The NBA changed their rules on getting into the Hall of Fame. So this year you got Yao Ming, Shaq, and Allen Iverson on the ballot going into the Hall of Fame. And all 3 will probably make it.
They know probably about it, man.
Yeah.
All
What you
right,
got,
now.
Nutty?
Well, we got some future Hall of Famers. One future Hall of Famer probably is Steph Curry says in his mind he's the best player in basketball. Now, LeBron is on record as saying he is. What you say?
You know what, man? And we're going to get into the game yesterday between the Cavs and the Warriors, but I don't see how I can disagree with Steph. If you look what he's done, man, over the last year, he is unstoppable. Here's the thing about Steph. He's basically, the best comparison I've heard is Jason Williams, white chocolate. He is Jason Williams 4.0. He got incredible ball handling skills. He can shoot from anywhere. He knows how to comes off the screens.
Look at the flick
He
of
has
this.
the complete package. He has the complete package. Now, the thing that LeBron has over him, obviously, is the size. But LeBron, man, a lot of times he comes up short in big situations. Not all the time. He's a great player. But Steph Curry, at his age and his upside, I got to go with Steph right now.
I'm proud of you, sir. Because
And I know that's blasphemous.
I'm proud of you because you gave LeBron some props.
Oh, yeah.
Some
I've
props.
come totally, 180 on the whole hate of LeBron stuff.
Okay, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say, man. And last night, it really made me realize that even if the Cavs get healthy
Right.
in a 7-game series, I don't see them stopping this team.
Right. Based on the records, the Warriors going to have home court advantage anyway.
Okay, I love LeBron. I have a man crush on LeBron. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
I
a
think
big
he's-
time one.
I think he's special.
kind of embarrassing.
I think he's special. Okay,
Right.
I would hold his hand if he.
You're making me uncomfortable and my kids.
If I'm building a team and I get one
You
player,
gonna start
man,
Quanin next?
I really think that LeBron is the more important player because of his versatility and what he can do.
Right.
I do, but I'm slowly starting to say I got to bow down to this guy.
The only I would agree
I got to
with
give
that
the
to a
youngster. I got to
degree.
give the youngster a little bit more respect than I've given him.
As much as I love Curry, he wouldn't be this type of player if he played 25 years ago because they beat the hell out of him. It's a different day and time. He's in the perfect era for his style of play and his style of basketball.
For those of you that say, well, he's got the perfect team around him and some really good players, all true champions have won a title with a supporting cast.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews.
So don't throw that out at me. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
I don't want to hear that. This kid is special, man.
Naughty Dread.
Well, the Cavs and Golden State did have a pretty good game yesterday, but there was a ton of action on Christmas Day in the NBA. What was the best thing you saw on the tube from the association yesterday?
There were 5 games: Pelicans, Heat, Bulls, Thunder, Cavs, Warriors, Spurs, Rockets, Clippers, and Lakers.
All the league superstars played last night.
Bottom line, man, we were really geeked to see that Warriors and Cavs game yesterday, and it came down to the end, very close to the end. LeBron James missing some crucial free throws. He missed 2 in a row. I think he missed 3 out of 4 at the end. So that was kind of telling, man. They had an opportunity getting Kyrie Irving back to show that, listen, this is a different year, different time. It ain't going to be the same way it was last year. And they fell short, man. I thought that was huge.
Stephen Curry would not have missed those free throws if he was LeBron James.
That's a big difference.
I want LeBron on my team. I'm taking LeBron over Steph. I think LeBron's a better player. But how many times have we seen LeBron James at the line in a situation that's that serious?
Now
he clanks the rim, man.
He's made a lot of big free throws, but it's seemingly
a lot of
times we look at the end of the game and Naughty Dread is chomping at the bit over there. He want to say something.
Please, so the best thing y'all saw yesterday was LeBron missing some free throws?
Oh no, I'm
talking about the game in general.
I'm going to get to that.
I'm talking about the game in general and the in-game situation.
Well, you're not going to like my answer, Naughty, but it was LeBron's commercial. The best thing I saw.
There was some fire commercials yesterday. You know what yesterday seemed like?
See, I didn't want to say that, but you forced me to do that.
You know what the commercials yesterday seem like?
They're
the
movies.
Super Bowl version.
They're mini movies.
Right.
They're mini movies.
It seemed like the Super Bowl version of commercials in the NFL.
The budgets of these commercials for 30 seconds are now exceeding what it makes to make small films.
Have you seen the new Uncle Drew commercials with Kyrie Irving?
They're crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
They're crazy, man.
Have you seen the one with KRS-One doing the voice and with the puppets?
Yes, man.
With Kobe and, crazy.
They're putting a lot of money into these commercials, man. But, again, Kyrie wouldn't have missed those free throws, sir. Finish this off, Naughty.
Oh, yeah. Steve Harvey messed up big time last week announcing the winner of Miss Universe contest. He said the wrong person was the winner.
Right.
You got the script in your hand. Ain't the wrong person. Is Steve getting too much heat for the blunder?
No, I mean, he's our frat brother and everything, too.
Ain't got nothing to do with this conversation.
But it is what it is.
Ain't got nothing to do with this conversation.
I don't know how he messed that up. If you saw the card, runner-up has never been the winner in the history of the world. So I don't know how he messed that up, and it is what it is. He's a comedian. If you or me or anybody else of note made that mistake, he'd be clowning him.
Alfred,
so he deserves everything that he gets.
Well, Sully on the Sully Show, he's a big conspiracy theorist. He thinks he did it on purpose to cause us publicity.
Yeah, and you know what? It's gotten a lot of attention.
My answer.
They've already given him a deal to do it next year again.
Yeah, they just signed him to do it the show again.
Yeah.
My answer is simply this. When is the last time in the past 15 years you've talked about the Miss Universe pageant?
We haven't.
All right,
it's
then.
It's not like it was when we were growing up.
Then.
And they brought a lot of attention to it.
Then.
So
Steve Harvey got paid a few million to screw up.
Yeah.
Brought publicity. They paid him a few more million to come back. Hey, man, they know what the heck they doing, man.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he did it on purpose, but they're relevant now, and that's all that matters.
You would have had to pay me a lot of money to look like a fool in front of the world, man. Seriously.
I'm not saying it was intentional.
Huh?
I'm not saying it was intentional. But I am saying they have the public's eye right now.
All right, when we get back from the break, we got one more question that kind of ties into holidays, and we'll also ask my man Howie Bell about it as well as we wrap up today's edition of the return of the Two Live Stews.
Halcyon Organics, man. HalcyonOrganics.com. Check them out, man. CBD oil is saving my life, in my opinion.
Don't go away. The return of the Two Live Stews continues up next.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
If you're not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the two live stews, 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio. All right, before we get to our guest in a second, I got a couple of announcements, man.
Please,
First,
man, please.
The DougStewartShow.com is off for the holidays.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, first time we've done this in the year and a half of doing the show.
No, Alfred.
I know the studio audience mad the show is not going on live, but we will be back live, same stew time, same stew channel, on January 4th, like most radio cats do. January 4th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, TheDougStewartShow.com. So tune in, and we'll see you in 2016.
One of my wishes for the end of 2015 was to be invited to the Doug Stewart Show more often in 2016.
Oh, it's going to happen.
I just wanted to let you know that.
Speaking of the new year, man, I am throwing the biggest, the most grownest, the most sexiest New Year's Eve party in Atlanta. I think those are words. That's right. At the Ramada Capitol Plaza, downtown ATL, real plush, grown and sexy. You won't be partying with your kids and their friends or whatever. There's going to be probably 30, 40 New Year's Eve parties in Atlanta, but we are doing it for grown people.
Right.
Come on out and have a great time. All the details are online at thegrownansexynewyearseveparty.com. That's thegrownansexynewyearseveparty.com.
I was very disappointed in you. Last week we did some pregame stuff over at Impact Church. And during some of the announcements I was doing for the people of the Lord, you brought up this grown and sexy party, man.
I mean, the Lord party.
I was very embarrassed.
The Lord party, too, man. I mean, the Lord don't have a problem. As a matter of fact, we celebrating the Lord's birth. You know, this is the time of year. So we're going to bring it in grown and sexy style. Hey, man, joining us right now on the air, man, is comedian extraordinaire, the great Howie Bell.
Yep.
What up, Q?
What's going on, bruh?
Bruh.
All of my love,
my peace and happiness.
peace and happiness, wanna give it to me.
So if you don't know who Howie Bell is, man, comedian, big-time comedian from the city of Detroit, down here in Atlanta this weekend. You got some big things going on. Tell everybody about it.
Love Atlanta, man. I'm here visiting the family, too, you know, also working. But I'm doing comedy, man, hanging out at Taboo 2 tonight. Next Wednesday, I'm at a place called the Blue Bar.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, just trying to.
The Blue Bar?
Just trying to, yeah.
You might want to be careful.
You know what? I heard. You know, but, I'm that kind of comedian. I do them all. Nah, you got the wrong. Yeah, that's you know, I won't hit the Quan. I won't whip or nay-nay.
Right.
Hey, Doug.
I don't do any of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking sports, man, but Howie has on a Detroit Lions shirt.
Yeah, from the
I'm the only one still wearing a Lions shirt.
I wear Lions gear all the time, bro, because they still pay bills. That's why I do it. But tell the people how it is to really be, because he's a true Lions fan.
Yeah, he's from Detroit.
A true Lions fan.
See, the Falcons had Michael Vick.
Right.
You know what I mean? We had Barry Sanders.
Right.
We've had Ryan Stewart. You know, but but I mean, you guys have not experienced the pain
Right.
Of being
it hurts to be a Lions fan.
I threw up.
It's hurting me right now.
Let me tell you something, brother. That Hail Mary with Green Bay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just now getting over that. Like within myself, I know I'm gonna relive this a lot.
Right.
But it hurt me. I did a show in Wisconsin. True story, man. I just did a show in Wisconsin.
Right.
Like about a week and a half ago, and I talked about that game on stage.
Right.
The audience was literally laughing at me and my misery.
Right.
It was past the jokes. They just got a big kick out of the fact that it hurt me so much.
They felt your pain.
They felt my pain.
They felt your pain.
It was one of the best victories they ever had in their franchise history.
Now we've known Howie, man, for what, 25 years?
A long time, bro.
All right, so I pledged Spring 90, Omega Psi Phi. Howie and Ryan pledged Spring 92.
That's right.
Howie is Epsilon.
That's right.
Benedict College, Spring 92. So we've known each other. We crossed paths a long time.
Absolutely.
This brother is funny. He's been doing this comedy thing for a long time, appearing this week in ATL at Taboo 2 tonight. We actually worked together on Black Men Revealed.
Yes.
Probably 9 years ago.
Yes.
Long time ago, man.
That was a good experience, man.
Miss them checks. Boy, I tell you, boy, I would have told the Lord thank you 2 times more if I'd have known he was going to take them checks out of my life.
Right.
Lord, how you give me them kind of checks and then decide not to give them to me no more?
And the show was so awesome. You know, people still talk. We talked about it earlier. People still talk about that show.
Right.
And how awesome it was to have a panel of black men together talking about the issues that we talked about.
I go through the airport now. 2 months ago, I went to Miami. Me and the wife went to Miami, and somebody stopped me in the airport. When are they going to bring that Black Men Reveal back on? I'm
it makes total sense.
Lady, that was 10 years ago. They're not bringing it back. They're not bringing it back. But you're right. It was a good show, man.
Show, man.
Yeah.
They always take off the good shows.
Yeah.
Man.
And you're listening to the 2 Live Stews. So
put your website out there, brother. People know where to find your dog and everything's
HBZ
going on.
Online, that's all you got to put. HBZ Online, and you'll find me, Howie Bell, of course, and hey, Atlanta, just come hang out. I've been coming to Atlanta for a long time doing comedy since Laughapalooza. I remember the old Laughapalooza days. We did that about 10 times.
Right.
I was one of the first comedians to actually perform on Comedy Central.
Right.
That we taped here for Laughapalooza in Atlanta. So,
and
actually, Atlanta has been really good to me comedy-wise, man.
Right.
We just passed the center stage coming here this morning.
Right.
And that place, man, that was one of the first places I taped BT Comic View.
Right.
And Ricky Smiley.
Right.
I actually produced one of my own shows, Atlanta versus Detroit, there before. So, Atlanta, I got a lot of history here with comedy in Atlanta, man. I appreciate everything the city has done for me.
That's what's up. All right, so hold on for a second. We got to talk about the 4 biggest games this weekend. We call it the Funky 4. And then I'm going to ask you, man, about your favorite Christmas gift as a kid growing up. Hold tight. All right, man. What game are you looking forward to this weekend in the NFL?
Of course, I'm going to start with the Falcons and the Panthers, man. In the last 2 contests, the Falcons have allowed the Panthers to sack them 15 times, hit the quarterback 10 times, hurry the quarterback 31 times, and I just don't see that being any different if the Panthers come to play ball, man. I want the Falcons to find a way to win out because that would really be a huge thing for them coming into the season, starting the way they did and not being able to finish. So I'm looking forward to that game, man. Give me one of yours.
I am looking forward to the Washington Redskins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Quietly, Kirk Cousins has been balling out of control for the last couple of weeks. Redskins have a real opportunity right now in the lead in the NFC East to make the playoffs. Philadelphia, the truck fire, the car wreck we know as the Philadelphia Eagles continues. Philadelphia is what are they? They are
You got it, sir.
They're a 3-point underdog in this game at home. So we will see what happens between the Redskins and the Eagles. What's your next game?
All the other games for the rest of the year, man, are going to be iffy because people are going to be sitting folks, and you're not going to really know exactly who you're going to see. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious to see what's going to go on in Cincinnati and with Cincy and Denver, man.
Right.
I'm really curious about that. Your quarterback's going to be out. The Red Rifle's going to be out.
Right.
You're bringing in a backup who is looking to be a good quarterback, and I think he can be.
McElroy, right.
So let's just see what happens, man. I'm going to watch that game really intently.
I'm looking at the Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. I talked about it earlier. The Vikings are the only way the Falcons can still make it to the playoffs. Something's crazy got to happen with them. They've got to lose their last couple of games. Falcons got to win out. So obviously interested in that. The Giants, with everything that went down that past weekend with Odell Beckham Jr., Giants getting 7 points. The Vikings looking real good, man. Young quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, but they're exciting to watch. Good defense.
I think McCarron's going to do an outstanding job. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
All right, I didn't say that.
Right.
I think it's going to do an outstanding job.
You're listening to the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 640 WGST. So I'm headed out of here. I mentioned it earlier, got my kids with me, headed to South Carolina. Howie Bell's in town. What you got going on after the show?
I'm packing up and headed to South Carolina, sir.
Oh, you are? Okay, I wasn't sure if you were staying there.
I'll be right behind you guys, man.
Okay. So before we get out of here with a little holiday feel, Howie, what was your favorite Christmas gift growing up, man?
Well, I loved Pac-Man growing up, and my stepdad had a son. He came to visit from Cleveland to Detroit, and they bought me 2 gifts this year. I'm not going to give my age away, but it was a Pac-Man game, like one of the little small like arcade games, and there was a clock radio. And they couldn't afford to really buy him anything.
Right.
So I had to make a choice to give away my radio.
Right.
Or my Pac-Man.
Right.
And that was one of the toughest choices of my life. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I only had 2 things to choose from.
Right.
I had to take the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
radio.
I had to take the clock radio.
You passed him on Pac-Man, bro?
I had to, man. The radio's music. Man.
Right.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Clock radio in your room as a kid. Trust me, it was a tough decision.
Honda
about
CBR ADR, man. My dad brought that dirt bike home.
Yeah.
I asked for it.
Yeah.
Never imagined that I would really get it.
Right.
When that truck backed up with that dirt bike on the back of it, man, I can't say what I did or how I felt, but you understand.
Yeah, you got a dirt bike as a kid.
I got a dirt bike.
My greatest gift ever, man, is still that Atari 2600. Oh. The first video game that you actually had at your house.
What's the first game
that
we played?
That was bananas.
What's the first game we played?
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
That came with it.
I had ColecoVision, though. I think that was a little bit before that.
You were advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had ColecoVision.
Hey, man, thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck to you, Howie, this
Thank
weekend,
you, man. We had Taboo, too, tonight, man.
There we go.
Hang out.
Love God, love each other. Y'all enjoy your New Year's and be safe in these streets.
Happy holidays from the Two Live Stews. Peace.
The back of black attack, so I sack and jab and slack